Hi, Chad. How are we doing?
Well, I'm good. The first graphic was frozen.
Oh, well,
But we're fine. We're here. We're live.
Who cares?
Nobody's here for the graphics.
Nobody's here for the graphics.
I probably
They're just
put
here for the live commentary.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours into the graphics, and they don't work, and nobody cares. It's
And
great.
you get frustrated over them every week.
Absolutely.
Every week.
I'm a perfectionist.
Hey, what are you eating right now?
You don't want to know. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the live stream. This is episode 114 of the Candid Athletic Training podcast.
It is 114. Do you have any random number reference for 114?
No, I don't.
Me neither.
112 was, no, I got nothing. So, welcome. If you are new to the live stream, let us know.
Yeah.
Type something, say hello. If you're new here, if you are old, we appreciate you coming back.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, where are we?
We are at the Brew Fitness gym. We call it the Brew Fitness Studio. But it's a gym
MKE,
here,
baby.
Milwaukee.
Is this where you work out?
Yep, I think about it all the time.
It's where I work out.
I will be back.
You will. You will be back.
Like Arnold.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is this show?
Candid Athletic Training.
Oh, okay.
We said it. I said it.
Did we?
Yeah, I
It shows how much I listen to my co-host.
did. It's why would you?
Remember when we couldn't hear each other very well in our microphones?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you were serious.
Nope. So it is National Athletic Training Month.
It is still.
It's
still March.
March 8th. It is fun. We have a blockbuster show for you tonight. We've got a special guest.
We do. Shh, don't tell anybody yet.
They're on hold. We'll get to them in just a minute. I know the anticipation is rising up. We have the fat bracket. We're going to announce
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to be on the show tonight. But we have the next best thing.
Next week.
Fat bracket. We're going to unveil the round one winners, and Kevin and I do not know.
We have no idea.
Live. We just closed the survey 2 minutes ago.
So I'm either going to be really happy or really mad, or a little combination of both.
I'm going to be, we'll get into the fat bracket later.
We will.
And we have a really interesting, fun feature topic for you that we are piggybacking off of a conversation we had last week, which is going to be great. Yeah. Ben Rockwell is new to the live stream. I know Ben has been listening to us for a long time, so
I think he's up.
Welcome. He's a Wisconsinite,
if
I remember correctly.
Pretty sure. Hi, Ben.
And there's Tim Prohl, who actually knows Ben Rockwell.
Tim knows everybody, though.
Tim knows everyone. So, once again, we just have to put this graphic on, and then we will get to our special guest. The official sponsor of the show
is
Healthy Roster.
Ooh, those Healthy Roster folks.
Yep. And their website is www.healthyroster.com if you want to check them out.
Over there. Man, they're great people.
Great people.
There. I wonder what they look like.
If we had to guess what they would look like.
Man.
Our friend Dan.
If you were to start a company named... Oh!
There he is.
Hey, Dan.
Our friend Dan Franzak. Dan, why don't you go ahead and say hello to all the people on the live stream and all the people listening at home.
Oh. Can you hear me okay, first and foremost? I think so.
I can hear you great, so if the live streamers can't hear you, we're going to roll with it, but I think we can hear you.
This is looking great.
I mean, I feel kind of bad that I'm not Aaron Rodgers. Like, that was really hard to kind of follow.
Sorry, man.
I do have some information for you about the 114th show.
Oh.
So I looked it up really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of means energy of happiness and fulfillment. So there you go.
All right.
Well, now we know.
All right.
Now we know.
We're going to have to do this. We just said.
What do you got?
We're going to have to put Dan up here so they can.
Can nobody hear
Dan.
Can't hear Dan.
We're going to make an adjustment like all athletic trainers do.
We just make adjustments.
Oh, we're going to. Hang on.
Technical difficulties.
As always.
I bet
he's back on the live stream.
Button. I bet you got to hit
Let's try this. Try that again, Dan. Just say hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I bet you.
World of Athletic Trainers, can you hear me?
All right.
I can kind of hear.
Now we're just going to get into it. I'm guessing they can because we're up on the microphone here. So, Dan, you just turned in a fat bracket today, or was it yesterday?
I did it yesterday. I was waiting for my kids to get home from their sports so they could help me out a little bit.
Okay, so you did a team
a family
fat bracket. Okay, so
Took a team approach.
okay, that's awesome.
It's not cheating at all, Dan. It's not cheating at all.
So tell us, what's the process like when you're arguing with your kids about what the fat bracket should look like?
Well, I mean, for anybody who has teenage kids, you know, it's always a struggle for anything, and it's always complex. So by the time you get to the answer, you know that you've come to a really good conclusion if you've gotten consensus on anything. So the consensus was mostly just fictional characters and technology. If I had to summarize it all together, that's where we went with our fat bracket.
Okay, all right. So who's in your final four?
All right, let's see here. Good to be with you guys, by the way. It's good to see you guys.
Appreciate that.
Keep it close to you.
I've got the final four as iPhone, technology.
Yeah, you do.
Amazon Prime, technology.
Yeah, you do.
Then I've got Ruth from Ozark.
Yes.
My favorite characters. And then I've got Sully. I've got Sully's from Monsters, Inc.
All right, real quick, where does Ozark rank on your Mount Rushmore of shows? If you have her.
I do have a Mount Rushmore of shows.
Okay.
And they are Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Probably number one.
Okay.
I've got West Wing probably as number two. I love the West Wing.
Yeah.
And then, I like Friday Night Lights probably as number three.
Clear eyes, full heart. Can't lose.
Can't lose. You can't lose there, Chad.
There's, as an athlete,
Ozark,
what's that?
Ozark's probably four. I would say Ozark's pretty close to, I would say 4 or 5. It's a pretty good show.
That's right where it is for me too. 4 or 5.
He's got him too.
I got it 4 or 5, kind of between that and How I Met Your Mother.
Should I have gotten a little disappointed in the middle of the second season, or no?
Of Ozark?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
A little slow.
I don't know.
It got a little slow, but you got to admit it picked up pretty quick.
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll jump back on it. Now
Yeah.
that Dan said it, now I have to do it.
It's, I mean, yeah, I think it's amazing.
awesome.
So you said Sully, Ruth,
Yep.
iPhone, and I'm sorry, I missed your second one.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
I got a question though. So, and this one's like a little jab on Chad's bracket.
Okay.
You do have Forrest Gump beating Marty Bird. I mean, that's Chad thinks
That was
that's like the
tough.
biggest upset that can happen in the entire bracket.
So, and that's weird, right? Because I said I like Ozark so much,
Yeah.
but I really had to think about, it really came down to Bubba. And
Okay.
how Gump was carrying Bubba out of the Vietnam there, when he took him out and carried him out. I mean, that was so AT-esque. I mean,
Man,
he was there for him, at his time of need, and he knew what to do. So I went with Forrest. It was a really tough call, but, Marty's pretty darn good too, but I took Forrest Gump.
you know what's funny is the two athletic trainers said us when we were, I think, debating on Forrest Gump versus Bobby Boucher, right? I don't think either of us came up with that Forrest Gump was
that he carried somebody.
Carried somebody out of the line of fire.
No. Well,
I put some thought into this,
That's
guys.
good. You did.
You guys are my buddies. I had to really think through this really hard for you. I wanted to come through.
I think it's by far my favorite part of this is everybody has an opinion and it's a little bit different, and nobody's wrong, except everybody that didn't pick Marty Bird.
There's a lot of people that are wrong. I mean, let's be honest. If you have Dembe losing in the first round, you're wrong.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna. I mean, my bracket's gonna go to trash in about 25 minutes here.
Oh my God, it is.
Okay, so
All right.
tell me, what was your toughest first round matchup where you're like, I just don't know who to pick?
I gotta admit, there were some that I just didn't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I that's why I brought my kids in for some of them, because I just didn't know some of the characters. I haven't watched all the Marvel movies yet, and my son's just kind of getting me into those, so I didn't know. But I threw in Jeopardy there because I also don't know.
Dembe.
I don't know that series very well.
Blacklist.
I don't know it.
It's on my Mount Rushmore. It might be my number one show It might be
All right.
my number one. It's in my Mount Rushmore
Really?
for 100%.
It is
I gotta
really
watch
good.
that then.
It's very good.
So I just basically threw an homage to Alex Trebek for all he's done. So that I just threw in Jeopardy as a really kind of a sleeper pick there.
I think
He doesn't get past that though.
I think Jeopardy is going to. I saw a lot of people
Really?
with Jeopardy going through.
Some are alone.
Yeah, no, I think you are. I think you're going to accumulate some points there.
Oh, you will. You will.
How
You
fun was
absolutely
this
will.
for you guys, by the way?
How what?
It's a
How
blast.
fun was it?
It's 100% a blast.
It's fun up until probably like now, because now we have to grade them
yeah.
and calculate them. And next year we're gonna automate the system
We will. We're gonna have to make this a little easier next year because
because it exploded. It
Yeah.
exploded this year.
We have
I
at
loved,
least.
I loved watching all the social media and seeing people
Yeah.
post pictures of it, like even some of the kids or athletes that they were taking care of.
Like,
you
yeah.
know, when they're filling it, I loved it.
That's
It was
that's the
best
point.
part about it.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I mean, we have literally multiple hundreds of brackets turned in, and hundreds of people who voted on the first round, which is fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That is so cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun to do. It's fun. It brought my family together for a night.
Good.
So for what it's worth, you're bringing people together across
Love
this
it.
great country of ours.
So, Kevin, you got this bracket there. What's his biggest first round upset?
Yeah.
The
who do you
biggest
think?
one?
Yeah, what
Well,
does he have?
Jeopardy
Jeopardy
over
of 50.
Dembe is-
Yeah, that's a 15
I think it's the
too.
biggest.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a 15
Christmas.
too.
I'm gonna be crushed. I got Marty Bird in my final four, and I've got Dembe winning the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So I think after tonight, my bracket is actually going in the garbage.
Because I said Jeopardy, or just do you
No,
think
I think most people agree with you, and I think Dembe and Marty Bird are both going to lose round one, and so I'm going to take it. I'm going to crumple it up, and I'm going to throw it out, and I'll think about it
Burn
next
it
year.
too. Just burn it.
Yeah.
Just burn it.
So
Go cry in a corner.
Running, baby.
Go cry in a corner.
So people on the live stream, if you have a question for Dan, why don't you fire those up, and we can, and we want to get into what you're doing. Oh, people are saying Red Foreman, Vision, a lot of people in the WandaVision here. I think WandaVision, I think what you just said about Jeopardy, the timing of all this stuff, like
Oh
what's
my
current
God.
right now, Wanda and Vision and Jeopardy, all those things that are like right now.
I mean, we still have to vote on every round, right? So everybody out there, like the next round, it's up to you. It's not like it's not like everybody's voted through the entire thing. We're going round by round, so you can adjust your thought process so that I can win. Right?
I'm gonna argue so hard against some of these picks. It's okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you don't have Wanda and Vision in your final four, I mean, it's gonna be tough for you. I think.
Oh,
Really tough.
I think Marvel. Kevin and I were talking about this like a couple hours before the show. We were like, Marvel owns the entire entertainment world right now.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
TV, movie, whatever. They just basically print gold. They put something out, and it's maybe they print Bitcoin. I don't know what it is.
Maybe that's why it went so high.
Yeah. So Dan, tell us what's new.
Should have got on Bitcoin.
Tell us
5
what's
years
new
ago.
at Healthy Roster.
Yeah, Dan, tell us what's new, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for asking, guys. Well, first and foremost, I'm just glad that everybody made it through okay from COVID, from our team. Everybody was healthy and doing well. But we actually moved this time last year. We moved everybody out of the office, and we closed it down, and everybody's been working from home ever since, almost a year to the day, right, guys? Gosh,
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Really close.
But thank goodness we got through it and just been plugging away. So we added, and I kid you not, we added over 100 new sports medicine groups last year.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's thanks in large part to you guys too for getting the word out there about us. I appreciate it. But it was crazy. So we had a lot of momentum going into the season, but what we wanted to do was really, and what we always try and do is what is going to help the athletic trainer really elevate their role within their different settings that they're in. What can we do to help elevate that role? So what can we do with COVID? How can we make that easier? So we created a COVID screening and alert system. And that was obviously something that helped get people on board, helped elevate the role of the athletic trainer. What do you do post-COVID? How do you communicate with people? So building extra communication tools inside our system, live chat, live video, so that you can practice, socially distancing yourself from athletes or from, people you need to. That was important to us.
So how long does that take? Like you come up with the idea, we need an alert system, or we need a screening system for COVID. Yeah. How long does it take from idea or concept to finished product? Like how long did it take you to turn that around?
So you probably won't believe me, but it took 3 weeks. Wow. We did it that quick. And here's why. And this is actually a great kind of segue into kind of just how we develop. So we basically take a consensus from our customers, our current customers, and we ask, what's going on? How do you feel? We're surveying them all the time. And this obviously was the most pressing issue, not just for them, but for our entire country. So how do we really get everybody back to school, back to work? And so it just so happened that we were working with the PGA Tour at the time to come up with some ideas around mental health. And we had already put a mental health survey out there. You guys might remember from a couple of years ago. And so we already had the survey platform already built. And so we just kind of repurposed it. And so I'm talking with the PGA Tour and saying, I bet you we could help you get the golfers back on the course with what we're doing with mental health, but doing so with the CDC guidelines. So we thought about it. We did, some research about it. We went around the country talking to people about how this would work potentially. And then we started iterating on that every day to try and say, okay, now what do you think about this? And now what do you think about this? And what else can we do? And that's basically how we develop all the time. And that was a perfect example. It's like we just committed the entire team, minus some support people. Sure. We were taking care of our customers, obviously, to just throw everything you have at the most important thing on the table. And that's what we did.
So clearly you don't get annoyed if the athletic trainers that use your platform reach out to you and say, hey, Dan, this sucks. Like, I want you to change this about the platform, right?
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. We track that, though, too. And I appreciate those people when they say that, too, because, and I'm proud to say, there's a thing called NPS score. It's called the Net Promoter Score. I'm going to get too into the weeds. It's a little crazy. But it's a way to judge software satisfaction.
Okay.
And we judge our customers. And we're on par with, I'm proud to say, Apple and Google and Microsoft as far as our rating is concerned.
That's awesome.
And, we track that. And that's
not bad company.
But we need to know what you want to see, what you want to hear. And, if you want something new, chances are somebody else is saying that too, but I'm always going to take the majority of the way the business is going, the way the profession is going, because that's the only way we're going to continue to grow is if we're building things for the masses that people want and need moving forward. And we usually get consensus on any number of things. Every 2 weeks, we iterate on new things.
Very cool.
Every 2 weeks, you're sitting down with the athletic trainers who are working around the country and saying, what's new? What do we need to do? Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, we're taking in basically surveys and questions and responses and feedback from our athletic trainers. And then they're pumping that back into our customer success team, who, by the way, are athletic trainers. We hire athletic trainers for our customer support success team. And then they give us that feedback during our what we call sprint planning meetings. In those sprint planning meetings, we say, okay, what's on the table? What do we have next? And we prioritize that based upon volume, who's saying what we can do, and then we go, okay, let's go. Let's crank it out.
All right, here it is, Dan.
Imagine that.
If you can do this every 2 weeks, turn around and get like feedback, can we do it, reverse engineer it so that you're getting feedback from athletic trainers and we get it to their administrators?
Oh.
Because I feel like most athletic trainers are most frustrated with their own administrators at their schools. Like, how do we get that feedback that you get out of the ATs to the people that are supposed to be the most helpful to the athletic trainer, but sometimes aren't, because you guys seem to be more helpful than the admin? Can we reverse engineer that so we can push notifications to admin?
Well, I think the best way to do that, I know you're being funny, man, but the best way to do that is to show more value for what you guys are doing as athletic trainers, right?
That's true.
And we need more data in order to do that. And so that's kind of the driving force behind it. Let's get more data for you guys to prove your worth, to help elevate your role within the different organizations that you're in. and then that'll play out. And it has worked that way, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it's worked a lot.
So you've got a personal story regarding an athletic trainer who's maybe helped you and your family. Do you want to share that?
Oh yeah. So this year, just about a month and a half ago, I'm proud to announce that my daughter accepted a Division I scholarship to play field hockey at Michigan State.
Oh yeah,
Spartans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Round of applause there. Round of applause.
Yes, thank you. Which is a little tough, considering I'm a Buckeye graduate, but it's easier than saying go blue. I'm saying go green.
That is true. That is true.
But one of the first things we did as a family is when she accepted that was thank our athletic trainers for helping her get to that spot. And I'll call them out. Boston and Kelly from Worthington Kilbourne High School. Thank you for all you did for my daughter and my son now.
There you go.
It was important because she had 2 significant injuries that happened during her high school career. Mm-hmm. And why that was so important was that she's, not only are they diagnosing what's going on, not only are they helping her rehab, but they're keeping an eye, obviously, on what's going on in her progression with that sport. And it became even more apparent to us as we came through COVID here, how important they were to make sure that she was on the field, because we couldn't go around recruiting trips. We weren't allowed on campuses.
Yeah.
So recruiting was just non-existent. So we had to put video together, I did, of her games, and we had to send it everywhere. So the fact that they were able to keep her on the field, keep her healthy, was the name of the game. I mean, that was the goal. That was the goal of the company. Selfishly, help keep athletes healthy and active, and they did that. So we were very fortunate to have 2 amazing athletic trainers at our high school that helped her, and I think that's a good story to share. I think a lot of those recruits out there who are getting recruited right now should thank their athletic trainers, because they're a big, huge part of that process, and I know they were for us.
Well, I know that, and for everybody listening right now, I mean, like, you're listening to a guy that's basically created a company and a platform and only wants to make your job easier, only wants to help athletic trainers in a whole, literally hires athletic trainers, literally thanks his daughter's athletic trainers for helping his own daughter. I mean, if that doesn't intrigue you to go to healthyroster.com and, check out what this company's doing, I don't know what will. I mean, I got hairs standing on the back of my neck all the whole time he's talking, so it's good.
Every time we talk to you, I just think about the infrastructure that you have set up and how many ways, how helpful you can be. You have this ability to kind of shift and just take on anything that would happen in the athletic training realm and just be able to kind of adapt to it. It's just so fascinating to me.
Yeah, thanks, Chad and Kevin. That means a lot. I mean, we're always adapting. I mean, you either evolve or you die, I think, and in business especially.
That's true.
You have to keep going. You guys are living proof of that right now. You're evolving into what you guys are doing with this podcast, now live stream. It's amazing. But that's how you grow. And you're going to hit some bumps along the way, and we are too. Mm-hmm. We launched tons of new colleges this year. And we're getting feedback from colleges who are telling us, no, we used to do it this way. Can you do it this way? But we're listening. We're building new things, and we're always going to be listening and always continue to evolve and get better.
Heck yeah. Dan, I'll let you know, like, I've had a couple people that through this whole COVID process, they've lost their job, and so now they've had to get a new job, and they've started at a new clinic or a new hospital system or whatever it is. But I've actually had a couple people that have reached out and said, hey, I'm kind of excited because the new high school I'm at, like, we use Healthy Roster. And so It's kind of like, it's going to be a learning curve to, like, get used to a new platform, but I'm actually kind of excited because you guys talk about them. And so I think it's the good work you're doing is getting out there, and I think it's really fun. I love being a part of it.
So Dan, I don't know if you have the YouTube pulled up right now, but we just got a comment from Emily Miller. She said, my coworker and I are currently looking into Healthy Roster instead of our current EMR. I love that there are so many ATs working on it constantly. So hopefully, Emily, you can reach out to Dan and the folks.
We'll post his personal number real quick. Now.
Here's Dan's personal number. And in fact, we're going to do this again, healthyroster.com.
Dan, it's been awesome. It's been absolutely awesome. I'm glad we finally, our first live interview, it only could have been you. So I'm so happy this all worked out. Is there any last things?
To be a part of it.
Any last things that you want to tell the folks? Let them know about anything that's coming up. Whatever it is, or just, if you really want to cheer on a team, I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm always cheering on my kids. We switched to volleyball season now for my son. He's in volleyball season, so we're switching to him. But I will tell you one thing for my college athletic trainers out there. Got some big news coming. We are now integrating with AG administrators, which is a third party. So that is a big deal because we're going to be able to automatically submit those claims for you through Healthy Roster. You don't even need, it's just an automatic submission.
For who, AG?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wowie.
Yep. And so we have a lot of Power Fives and Division Ones who came on this year with us. And that was one of the biggest things they told me is that they need a easy way to submit that information, those claims. So we listened, we built it. We are testing it out right now. Not too far down the street from you guys, actually. Right now, we're testing it today, as a matter of fact. So
that's awesome.
Stand by. We should have it. We should have it ready here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, Dan, I just want to personally say, without you, this live stream isn't happening right now. You guys at Healthy Roster were the first ones to really just buy into what we are trying to do here with the Candid Athletic Training podcast. You were our first sponsor a couple years ago when we met you guys at the NATA convention when you could actually meet people. Was just,
gosh, how long ago was that?
That was almost 2 years ago. And none of this happens without Healthy Roster. So we appreciate you allowing this podcast to grow into whatever it's become. I don't know. It's still probably budding or whatever, but
whatever it is,
it's all because of you guys. So we do appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I thank you guys as well. This has been fantastic. Thanks for having me on today. You guys keep being who you are. Keep giving those ATs an outlet and keep sticking up for them and giving them a resource to show them how valuable they are. So appreciate what you guys do.
We'll do our best, Dan. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
We'll see you.
Is he gone? Is he gone?
Is
he gone? Oh, God, he's
gone. Oh, yeah, there's my screen share.
Did you see all the numbers and things? Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't see my web browser there. Well, that was
Dan.
Should we do some?
I think everybody knows Dan a little bit more now. Huh?
Hopefully.
Right? So if you ever have any questions.
Fat bracket's got to change, though.
His fat bracket sucks. Don't worry about it. I've no faith in that, but he can run a company.
Should we do some weekly topics?
Oh, you want to move on?
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, let's do it.
Wow.
Oh, where do you want to start? What are you drinking over there? Sarsaparilla?
Sioux City Sarsaparilla.
Is that what Ryan got you last week?
Yeah, this is the one that the Brew Fitness owner, Ryan, he got us for National Athletic Training Month. It's,
whiskey.
SARSAP. So that would be Sarsaparilla. But why do we call it sarsaparilla? The R comes before the S. Sarsaparilla. Never mind. Forget it. Doesn't matter. English sucks.
Is it root beer?
It's root beer. Yeah, it's root beer.
That's why. That's why we changed it to root beer.
Root beer.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the big stuff first? Or do you want to tease them?
No, let's tease. We've got another major announcement at the end of the show. We didn't even mention that.
Huge announcement at the end of the show.
So stick around. For the end of the show, we have another announcement that you guys are going to want to stick around for.
Should we get into some boring stuff then?
Yeah, let's
traditional boring Candid Athletic Training things.
Bore the hell out of these people.
Let's do it.
How many of these people we can get?
So let's start with the old top 5. How about we do a top 5?
Top of the morning to you 5. Kevin.
What?
We did ask 100 athletic trainers, what's the most physically demanding task in athletic training?
The most physically demanding task. Okay. Number 1, manual therapy, massaging, right? Soft tissue massage, I'm going to say. Number 2, carrying your kit. Just physically, there's never been a longer walk from the athletic training room to said floor or court or dugout or whatever when you're carrying your kit.
The way you said that made me think of like some sort of walk of shame. You're like,
yeah, it is a little bit
dragging your kid behind you, just like, oh my God, what did I do last night?
I do remember a couple like.
How many walk of shames have you had in your life?
A lot. Well, it just depended on my intern. Was my intern like on the ball or not on the ball? Because I'm not on the ball, so therefore, oh my God, I can't tell you how many times the game would almost be starting and somebody would be like, "Oh, the kit's not out there." Be like, "Whoops." Not talking about you, Connor. Connor, you were very good. You always remembered.
Is Connor on tonight?
I don't know. Connor probably he doesn't even listen to us anymore. He just he's just trying to get knowledge out of me every other week, but won't listen to my podcast for some reason.
What in the hell, Connor?
Connor, I'm gonna go back to my list. Coolers, carrying coolers, right? Anything you have to do with a cooler, I feel like, is physically demanding. I'm also going to say a little like, so not necessarily like, oh God, like I'm just so, like my muscles are so tired, or like, God, like I just can't hold this kid anymore. But eating or the lack of eating, I think, is one of the most physically demanding tasks that we do as athletic trainers.
Who eats?
Because you either have to eat really fast and, shove a whole plate of food in your frickin' face really quick, or you have to not eat for really long periods of time. Therefore, it's physically demanding.
The stomach.
Last but not least, standing. Just standing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's especially if you've got bad posture. I mean, holy cow. It just sucks. Just standing. Standing. You're working on your posture right now. You've been working on it all night. I can see you.
Yes. Oh, Dan jumped on the live stream and
hey, Daniel.
Yeah, Dan, make sure you connect with some of these people.
Yeah, read those comments, Dan. Whew.
Okay. We got a top 4 this week.
We got a top 4.
Yeah.
Okay, why do we have a top 4?
I mean, because there was a big cutoff.
Oh.
I can give you. I mean, there were actually a couple, like 5th place where they had 3 responses.
Oh, okay. I don't want those then, unless they're funny. I only want them if they're funny.
We'll get to them.
Okay.
As honorable mentions, I guess.
Number 1 is what?
It was a runaway. Yeah. It was a freight train here.
Freight train.
I mean, can you see how many slashes I got?
I see slashes. I mean, it's like you're in prison. Just counting the days right there.
How many shanks I got? Okay. In 4th place with 6 responses, holding C-spine. Holding C-spine is physically demanding.
That's not, you said, wait, in 4th place?
4th place.
You know what? That is physically demanding.
That's why 6 people said it. Yeah. So holding C-spine, especially, when you start getting pushing that 20, 30 minutes in that crouching tiger hidden athletic trainer position.
Yes.
So holding C-spine came in 4th. We had a 2-way tie for 2nd place, 9 responses apiece. Just setting up the field. Now, there's going to be a caveat here. We'll get to it in a second. And then physically assisting or picking up athletes sometimes can be physically demanding. We had a lot of walking at O linemen off the field sucks.
Yeah.
So those each had 9 responses. And then in 1st place with 43, basically half the people that took this survey said coolers.
Yeah.
Carrying coolers, 10 gallons. Coolers. Too much.
You know what?
Do you know how much a 10-gallon cooler weighs filled with?
I don't.
83 pounds.
83 pounds?
Well, 10 gallons of water is 83 plus the plastic, so it's probably 85 to 86, yeah.
That's probably a little less. Do you really put 10 gallons of water in it? I always put 9.
Like 9.5, yeah, because there's nothing worse than filling it to the brim.
That's interesting. I never knew how much that weighed.
Each gallon is 8.333 pounds of weight.
Because I'm going to tell you, so the most physically demanding part of my day when I was back in baseball was spring training, setting up the field because of the coolers. So I was number 1 and number 3 or whatever. But, a lot of people are saying CPR. on the
CPR would have been 5th place.
Yeah.
Tied for 5th place. 3 responses for CPR, 3 responses for travel, just basically your travel kit. Like sometimes like pushing, like especially if you're working college football. Kit. Well, like you were saying, not necessarily the kit. It's like you're loading your 9 trunks on college football buses and stuff. So
absolutely. The only reason I didn't say CPR is because I've never had to administer CPR. I have had to hold C-spine for a long time, and that was like, I remember getting up from that, and when the adrenaline wore off, I was like, oh my God. I was doing that for a long time. My knees hurt.
Yeah.
Although, did I? Well, I guess I've stabilized a couple times. Never CPR, though. Have you ever given CPR?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Also,
I got to get recertified in CPR next month. Crap.
Hit up my office mate.
Dylan, you're 6'4"?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We also had how about this? 3 responses. Man. 3 responses for taping on a low table.
Yeah, that is physically demanding.
And then 3 100%. Responses for standing all day, which you said.
I mean, like
standing.
I feel pretty good most of the day. If I have to tape somebody on a low table, my back hurts.
2 people said sprinting.
What do you sprint?
Get across the field, yo.
Well, that brings up our like conversation way early in the podcast of like, do you sprint out there? Or do you just like, do you do the trot? Do you walk?
Somebody said documentation is physically demanding. Agree or disagree? Your fingers.
That agrees. I agree with that.
I'll
tell you what.
Stick rolling?
Dude.
Stick massages?
Writing? When was the last time you wrote a significant amount of words?
Every time I write this.
Like that's not a significant amount of words.
Okay, you're right. Well, I use Healthy Roster, so I can talk to...
That's true.
I can EMR, talk to dictate.
I was writing a bunch of letters. And
handwritten letters.
Old school. And oh my God, I could get through like, think of like a thank you card.
Yeah.
I could get through like 10 and I was like, gotta take a break. Like my hand hurts. Everything hurts. Like nobody writes anymore. It's amazing how hard that is.
You know what to me, the most physically demanding thing for me in a day? Well, one, sometimes standing can, double headers, my back will go out with me a little bit. But honest to God, the hardest thing for me is holding Graston tools. My hands cramp up when I try and do any sort of Graston for more than like 90 seconds.
You know what's interesting?
I got an FMK limit there of 90 seconds.
Okay. All right.
If you can't get Graston in 90 seconds, you're not getting Graston by me.
You know what's interesting is it seems counterintuitive, but I have a really heavy Graston tool.
That's what I think. They're all heavy. I think that hurts.
Mine's heavy. Like
you got a heavy tool. You heard that here, folks.
Yeah. Do you have Graston tools?
Yes.
Or do you have hawk grips?
We have Graston.
You have Graston. So like mine is one of my former players. He makes things with metal, and so he made me one, and it's freaking heavy, and it actually makes my hand less sore and less tired.
Really?
Because it's so heavy, it can just kind of rest in my hand, and then 2, I don't have to work so hard on the athlete.
She said it.
Yep.
Okay, a couple other quick ones. Hamstring massages.
That was like a treatment hack right there, by the way.
Yeah, get heavier tools.
Get yourself some heavy tools.
There you go. You can learn on this podcast.
Put it on the table. All right.
PNF shoulder exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you hold your breath. Don't do that. Hip mobilizations.
And some athletes think that they have to like throw you across the room.
How about this? Somebody wrote down physically demanding to be outside in the weather for that long. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
I do too. I think that's 100%. A great response. Being outside in the weather. Physically have a response. I was shivering this weekend. Waking up early. Physically demanding?
Alyssa knows what I'm talking about. Waking up early is kind of physically demanding.
Cutting off thick tape jobs.
No.
No?
No, you're just not doing it right.
How about carrying a portable treatment table?
That's always physically demanding. It's more awkward than actually physically demanding.
All right. Last one. Being everywhere at once. Physically demanding.
Impossible.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's your top 5 for this week. That's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. What's next? Pick a button.
I did.
What was it?
F, marry, and kill.
And kills. FMK. Everybody's favorite game. F, marry, kill.
Yeah.
I came up with this one with the help of our good friend Alex from the gym here. Rehab. Lower extremity rehab exercises. And I just want I want to know.
Single leg ones.
Yeah. Step up, lunge, and then single leg RDL. Just do it. Just come on. Come on. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Do it.
All right. I'll marry the RDL.
Okay.
I'll marry I'm going to marry the Romanian deadlift, single leg version. I think it's a fantastic exercise.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the best. One, you can use it. I suppose you can do this with the lunge as well, but you're going to use it a little bit as a diagnostic tool, but you are also going to get some therapy. Oh, it's also just a good exercise in addition to the diagnostic side. Some good.
You're marrying it?
I'm marrying it. I'm marrying the RDL. Definitely working the posterior chain. There's a little bit of a rotational component, which I really, really like, especially if you do it poorly. Fighting, it's an anti-rotational exercise, I should say then. So I'll marry it 100% of the time. Between the step up and the lunge.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more challenging. I find value in both. I guess I personally just like... I think I just like to step up a little bit more.
Okay.
I think it mimics a little bit more real world, real life, maybe some stairs. That might not be true.
Kind of true.
I think...
Depends on how small.
Man, I think that's tough. That's tough, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Why are you thinking about it so much?
Because the lunge is a pretty damn good exercise, too. And there's just a lot of variety. I'll switch my mind. I'll change my answer.
Okay.
I'll F the lunge because of the variety of it. You can do so many different versions of lunges. Okay. Even though I think you're probably going to suck at most of them.
Yeah.
I think just that you can try a lot of different positions is important. And then, so therefore, I'll kill the step up. Even though I really do like it. In this situation, I'll kill it. So
okay.
Go ahead.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Because when you were like, but you can try different varieties, I immediately was like, well, then you should F it.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
But I'm trying to convince myself not to F it.
No, I won the argument.
Yeah. So I need to change my choices. So I'm going to kill the lunge. I'm going to kill it.
Okay.
The reason I'm going to kill it is because I think too often it's a very simple exercise, right? Most of us have done it. Most of our athletes take it for granted that they're doing it right. And I think most people don't actually get the benefit out of the lunge that they should be getting. I
agree. It's part of the FMS for a reason. Like, it is a basic movement. It's like one of the 3 most basic movements.
Yep. Absolutely. It is mimicking somewhat of walking even. Can you separate the 2 sides of your body and lunge, right?
Yeah.
Or really squat kind of too. I'm still going to kill it. I am going to marry the step up, and I'm going to marry the step up mainly from the reason of I like it also as a little bit of a diagnostic tool.
The step up?
Yep. And then I also like that with the step up, you can incorporate just like a little bit of hip mobility and ankle mobility.
Sure.
Right? And so I think I would rather somebody work towards that, the knees over toes kind of idea, and where should your knee be in space and blah, 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 while doing a step up versus a lunge. I think it's a better tool to go through that process.
That's where I was originally going, And then at the last minute,
your
the
mind
variety,
I
got dirty.
Yeah, got dirty.
I wanted to go. I wanted to try as many positions. I'm married.
Yeah.
I need to try as many positions as I can right now.
Absolutely, man. Like just when in Rome, do it, right? So that leaves me effing the single leg RDL.
Yeah.
Right?
Because like Nate says here, you got to keep things hard and straight, apparently.
Yeah. And I mean, like in line, and then like, it's all about the booty to me, right? If you're not feeling it in the booty, like you're not doing an RDL right.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
And that's what I got.
All right. Nate said, kill lunge, marry the step up. I love doing eccentric negative step downs.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And he, like I said, F the RDL because you got to keep things
slow, Nate. Nice and slow.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
No one else. Everything else was old comments. All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do our friend or foe.
Friend or foe. Well, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah. In fact, if I remember correctly, we shall have. We put it up. Oh, last week we did. I don't even remember what we did. I don't even remember where I was going with that. What is our friend or foe, Kevin? I got to pull it up on social media. Oh, yeah, sleeping on a bus.
You originally said sleeping on the road.
Yeah.
But we've listened to our listeners.
Constituents.
Yeah, I don't know, what else? Followers, I guess.
Candidates.
Candidates. Sometimes we don't bring in like kind of that high school athletic trainer because we don't have the experience of it, right? But I think every high school athletic trainer has been on a bus with their darn team driving somewhere, and you're like, the last thing I want to do is be on this bus driving somewhere because I'm tired.
Friend or foe, sleeping on the bus. We put it on social media.
What do our constituents
62% said friend, 38% said foe. And then if we scroll down here, we got Dylan Campbell.
Oh God, Dylan.
Dylan took a picture.
Oh, this is what I didn't see, Dylan.
The sleeper.
I didn't know you were so. You had a sleeper bus, dude. Wow, you're living the life, man. Holy cow.
He's got it. He's got it made. I wanted to try a sleeper bus too.
Is that in your contract? I mean, we talked about some contracts last week. Oh, no. I wonder if you put that in your contract. Uh-oh.
I just screwed the whole damn thing up. There we go.
Did you just end the podcast?
No, yeah, I sure did.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I just hit the wrong camera.
Social media now, like I'm seeing it over here because this is what you guys are seeing because me and him are just a tad ahead of you guys right now. But by the time I get to see what happens with you, holy cow, that is a big beer can.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Anywho. Sleeping on a bus. I want to know what your opinion is because mine's 3 years old.
I suck at sleeping on the bus. I wish I could. I dozed off so Alyssa just asked me how Athens went. I was just in Athens, Ohio. We played the University of Ohio University. They kicked our butt, Alyssa. Don't worry about it. It was cold and we got swept. So.
What was the temperature?
Low 40s.
Low 40s?
Yeah. Ben was super nice, though. Ben, who covered baseball, he was a great host. He was super friendly, great guy.
Does he listen to the podcast?
I think he's going to start.
Oh, okay.
He had not.
So I won't rag on him yet then.
Yeah. I actually napped on the bus for about 5 or 10 minutes on the way there. I was listening to another podcast, and I dozed off.
Okay. On the way there.
When
did you leave?
We left Central Time. It was 11 a.m.
Friday.
Thursday we left at 11 a.m. It was about a 9-hour bus ride.
Ooh.
And we lost
Athens
an hour.
Is far.
Yeah. And we lost an hour. So we got into Athens about 9:30 p.m.
Okay. All right.
Just in time for bed. And that's the weirdest thing is being on a bus for 9 hours and you get off and you're tired.
So weird.
It's like incredible. How do you get tired just being on a bus doing nothing? But every time.
Because physically you're uncomfortable. Like we were talking about earlier Like just standing outside in the elements or whatever, like physically just standing there or just like not moving or like
I think
whatever, like oh my God, you get tired.
I think part of it's that I'm on my phone so much trying to do like social media for the podcast or whatever.
Well, tell these guys to stop begging you for more social media posts.
No, that's the best part. That's the best part of it.
You guys are the reason he is not sleeping on a bus.
So I'm going to say, I wish I could. I wish it was my friend, but it's not. It's my foe.
All right.
It's like a competition. You just can't get comfortable. Maybe it's a tease because, like I said, maybe you can fall asleep for like 3 minutes or something, and all of a sudden you're. So I'm not a contortionist. I can't sleep like that. It's just not healthy. My back. I'm 43 years old. My back's already jacked up. My back. So
43.
To me, sleeping on the bus is a foe.
All right.
I agree with Emily Miller. Foe, never comfy, so you don't actually sleep and you always wake up kind of groggy. Hannah says, hell no, she refuses to ride a freaking school bus. She'll drive her car every time over riding a cheese wagon.
A cheese wagon.
Scott said foe.
First time, Hannah. Never heard of that.
Yeah, foe passes the time, but there is no comfy. There's no comfy. Dylan probably is going to say friend because he's got
he's got a sleeper bus.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, holy cow, you might as well sleep on the bus instead of at your own home.
Okay, hold on. Here, Sammy says friend because it's the only way she can get through motion sickness.
Oh, well, it'd definitely be a friend then.
Yeah, you can just shut it down. How many drinks do you have to have, Sammy, to pass out on that thing?
Oh, man.
And Zach said ever since he was a kid, he's been unable to sleep in cars, buses, etc. He's been able to sleep on planes, but something about the motion of wheeled grounded vehicle, he can't do it.
See, I'm the opposite.
So
I can't sleep on a plane anymore, but I could sleep on a bus. But granted, my bus trips were longer than typical plane rides. They're like your 9-hour trips.
All right. So what did you say?
You also left. And this is what's unfair. You left at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then
am I really going to sleep in the nap in the afternoon?
Yeah, exactly. That's a really tough. I used to, when we would travel in the minor leagues, because it was always bus, right? Those trips that were like, we left midday, it was really hard for me because I wanted to utilize this time of not being able to do anything, not really getting, I can't enjoy myself. The only thing I can do is watch something on, my phone or whatever, and sleep. Sleep if I can, right? Sleep when you can. And if it was those midday trips, you never could sleep because, you're not supposed to be sleeping. But those overnight trips that I would take, and that's where I have to say it's a friend, because in my world, it was sleep when you can. Legitimately,
So you could do it. You could pull it off.
Yeah, but again, I'm not 6'4".
That's true.
I can contort myself a little bit. And I figured out that, now I never had to share a seat with anybody. I had my own row. So, if you put two seats together, I used to put my little carry-on bag in the seat next to me, and I could prop my feet up on it, and then I would literally bring a pillow. I'd bring a full-size pillow on the bus with me, and I would use that as my mattress against my back.
Yeah, I'll use a pillow.
Yeah,
and I'll try and put my feet up. I try to sleep. I'll lay down. I'll try it.
I will tell you,
I have a hard time sleeping in a regular bed though.
Yeah,
so sleeping on a bus is
I agree with that. I don't sleep well normally, so if I don't sleep well on a bus, it's just I still got sleep. It's still it's sleep to me.
I got so many root beer burps over here. This is incredible.
Interesting.
Sorry.
I don't have any.
Good podcasting.
I have no high and tight. Broken Bat Brewery, high and tight. I have no high and tight burps.
Kyle said, he saw Final Destination too many times.
Oh, my gosh.
Shit. All right.
Yeah.
We What's good next? On that? Oh, we got it. It is
time.
It's time. Man, this is intense.
Ready to rumble.
Yeah. Okay, let me just preface this saying.
I definitely don't deserve $1 million for saying that.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Okay, so what did you think about the fat bracket? When we recorded last week, we hadn't filled it out.
What did I think about the fat bracket?
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Who's in your final four?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'll pull it up. You keep talking.
Okay, I got my bracket is going to be done in the next 10 minutes because I just have a feeling like the people I have in the final four, they're all losing in the first round. Not all of them, but I think 2 of them will.
Yeah, yours is going to be messed up because number 1, Dembe, and then number 2, Marty
I got
Bird.
Dembe winning the whole thing from Blacklist. I think I have Wanda in the upper right bracket. I think I have Wanda and Dembe on that side. And then the left side, I have Marty Bird from Ozark. And I literally sat down. I talked about several of my athletes, and it took me about 45 minutes to decide a second round matchup between Marty Bird and Vision. And I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I was like, Vision is going to be good. But I think Marty Bird is when they got down to it, I was like, Marty Bird actually is way better than I thought when we originally did the Ozark talk. There's just way more to him that I think we didn't talk about at the time. And now I'm more excited about him as an athletic trainer.
Really?
And then I have Ahsoka Tano in my final four as well.
My final four is Vision, Bumblebee, Hawkeye, and Wanda.
Vision, Bumblebee, Hawkeye, Wanda. So you got 3 of the 4 Marvel characters. I saw.
No.
Yeah. And then Bumblebee.
And I have Hawkeye winning it with Vision against Hawkeye.
Okay. So we saw some brackets that got, if you posted it on social media, we kind of saw your bracket. Otherwise, we haven't really seen what most people have.
I'll be back.
Kevin left the program. I think he's pissed. This is fun. I'm going to wait for him for just a second here. Okay, so I got to pull up the survey here. So if you're on the live stream, let us know what your final four was. Alyssa said Marty Bird, Wanda, Dembe, and Thor. So she agrees with me on 2, actually 3 of the 4. Alyssa and I are on the same page here. So Dylan has Bumblebee, iPhone, Amazon, and Sully, with Bumblebee taking home the
Sully,
gold.
like Dan.
Yeah. Dylan's got Bumblebee winning the whole thing.
So I filled out my bracket based on who I thought would win.
Oh, not on who you think would make?
Correct.
Hi, Ed. Miss you too. Ed's just jumping on
Ed,
for
thanks
just
for coming in.
Second.
Well, can we start now, Ed?
Let's go back. Jennifer says Hawkeye, iPhone, the Queen. That's awesome. And Claire Huxtable.
The Queen. So I almost had the Queen. I really want to put the Queen in the final four. The only reason I didn't was just you know what? It's an inanimate object.
Claire Huxtable I could see her winning the thing. I can't see her winning, but I can see her making the best athletic trainer. We got a Wanda, Hawkeye, Jon Snow, Ahsoka, a Vision, Ahsoka, Wanda, Hawkeye, a lot. Okay, Vision, Ahsoka, Jill Taylor, Sully. Holy cow. Jon Snow, Thor, Raymond Reddington, and Hawkeye. Raymond Reddington winning it all. Rick Cox, you're my new favorite, other than the fact that you got the wrong Blacklist character.
Chad, could you put can you get your camera up? Pull up your camera on your phone.
Pull up my camera? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got...
Pull up your camera on your phone.
This was so much fun.
Pull up your camera. Come on. And now split the screen or whatever. On the
okay, hang on.
thing.
Give us 1 second. This is...
If you're seeing this live and you know a better way to do this, let us know. I don't know if you can see...
This is one of Nate's, right?
Yes. So this is one of Nate's.
You just
athletes.
have to see how much writing is on this bracket.
Okay. Legitimately, I'm going to go through this a little bit. I don't know who this is. It's a K.Rolt or something. So Nate, you're going to have to let us know. But this person wrote down something, a quality of every single person on here, and then has in the middle AT characteristics, ideal AT characteristics, critical thinking, sarcastic, emotionally emotionally handling other people's stuff. Not too sensitive, intelligent, people skills, can handle different conversations maybe, can leave politics out of treatment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's a great point.
Knowledge of anatomy. rough. So
loosely. Well, unless, if you're in Arkansas, you don't have to know anything.
Yeah. No,
Did you seen that?
No.
Oh, you missed the shitstorm in the last 48 hours. Arkansas is. We can no, we'll have to save that for next week.
So this person has Raymond Reddington in the Final Four. Underneath Raymond Reddington, murder, so knows some anatomy and not afraid of blood or trauma.
Raymond?
Yeah.
It's so
this is the best bracket I've ever seen in my entire life. Like all I want to do is go back and
well, let's give her a prize.
Okay.
Well, Dylan, Arkansas deserves shade. He just commented. So some legislators, some lobbyists went on and basically said athletic trainers don't know shit. Oh. So that we should not be. It was a shit dump.
Oh.
Basically, just threw athletic trainers under the bus in favor of physical therapy, and it didn't go too well with the AT Twitter folk. So. Everyone is already rallied. I don't feel like we need to. Well, we should pile on.
Well, I mean,
I'll show it to you after. But
whoever this
jackwagon,
jackwagon, come on this podcast. Let's see what you got to say. Yeah. We got live features now. I mean, we'll get you on FaceTime. Let's go, buddy.
He wouldn't survive.
Ma'am or buddy.
It was a dude.
That's funny. So they were just piling on athletic trainers for not knowing anything.
Yeah, basically saying we only can do muscles and tendons, and we can't do any sort of other issue.
My question, this would be my first question.
We are getting so far off.
Would you?
Yeah, this is good.
Are you saying this because you want athletic trainers to only be able to do that, or you really think that your education or PT's education was that much different than an athletic trainer's education that we wouldn't be able to do more than just like poke muscles and tendons and ligaments or something? Because you know what?
I'll have to show you the tweet. Buddy, and then next week, maybe we'll just do a deep dive on this ass clown.
You know what? Listen, Chief. You get on my table, and then you get on your friend's table that's a PT, and let's hash this out, all right? Let's go.
All right, so back to the fat bracket real quick.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Sorry. Because if we go down that rabbit hole, Kevin, we're never coming back.
What? Okay.
We'll do it next week. I swear, we're gonna rant next week.
We got a little rant later too, so
yeah,
I'm not upset at you right now. Man, that last beer I had was way better than this.
What you just described and the fat bracket that Nate's athlete filled out is 100% why we do this. And my favorite part of this whole thing is just the thought process behind what makes a good athletic trainer. And what everyone identifies something new and something special and something unique about all these characters, which is why it's a fun segment.
Yeah.
It's
why we do the segment
every week. And
it's literally why we do the segment.
Like all the comments we got, everyone, when they emailed their bracket in saying this is so much fun. It just made me so happy for people that kept saying how fun this is. And we had high school teachers giving it to their AT students and using it as a part of a class lecture when things didn't go right.
How cool is that?
It just I just got another direct message on social media. Somebody offered it as extra credit to one of their athletic training, courses. It's just the way it's just fun.
How great is that?
So that being said, we don't know who won the first round. We're gonna pull that up right now. In fact, I'm gonna show you guys. We literally don't know. This is gonna ruin my night.
Oh, everybody's
judging. We're gonna go survey market, so you can see right here.
What other apps do you have on your phone?
It is 194 people started the vote.
Some people didn't complete it?
Yeah, 9 people couldn't make it through the 32 questions. So here we go. You want to document this, Kevin?
Sure.
Here we go. Who would make the better athletic trainer? Zach Morris, 71%. Got it?
Not shocking.
Oh, iPhone.
Hold on. I opened the wrong one.
Okay.
Zach Morris.
Zach Morris. iPhone, 85%. Wow.
Yeah.
Barney Stinson, 61%. This is so exciting. Netflix, 84%. Well, that was your upset special. You said creamy peanut butter could make it. I think the next one makes or breaks my entire night.
Yes.
Marty Bird loses to Forrest Gump. You all are. I'm.
Come on. Dan did bring up a good point, though.
Just because you care, never mind. I'm so mad. I'm actually more mad than when Doc Ock lost last year in the first round to Jason Bourne. I can understand.
Well,
I can understand. Jason Bourne was much stronger. I'm sorry. America got this one wrong. Man, that breaks my heart.
1.5 million people that voted on that.
Vision.
Can't be that wrong.
Oh, Vision only got 86% of the vote, which is a lot. But, I mean, Ralph got 14%. That is incredible.
It's actually pretty wild.
Quill from The Mandalorian, 64%.
Which I...
And now we are... Oh, here we go. And the last one at the top right. Jon Snow, 82%. So that's your upper left-hand bracket.
I want to know how many people knew who Bernie Brewer was.
Yeah, it's just Milwaukeeans. All right, here we go. Ahsoka Tano, 59%. That's actually really close.
Way closer.
Holy cow. I saw somebody who had animal training. One of our tennis athletes said animal trainers won the whole thing.
Oh, my.
I was incredible.
I don't think their bracket's
look at how.
doing well.
All right, here we go.
You tell me?
Peter LaFleur. 61%. Bumblebee, 82%. That's fun. Thor, 80% over Clark Griswold. Oh, Yoshi with an upset.
Yoshi?
Over Claire Huxtable, 62%.
You just said Claire Huxtable could win this whole thing.
I did. No, I didn't. I said I don't think she will, but I think she would actually be a very good athletic trainer. That's a big upset.
I don't know how you vote for Yoshi.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ruth Langmore, 63% over Vampires. Right. That doesn't bode well for her long term.
It does not.
Donkey, 58% over Red Foreman. That was my total, that was my hardest first round matchup for sure.
It was not.
And the last one, Bobby Boucher over Mike from Breaking Bad. What a joke.
That definitely probably ruins my bracket.
What a joke.
Oh, my God.
It's actually a bad look for athletic trainers.
Okay.
So, okay, here we go. Upper right-hand bracket. Wanda, 87%.
Shacker.
Over Ghosts. Optimus Prime with a slight upset over Kitty Foreman, 60-40. Jerry the Mouse was my upset special. He pulls through with an 81% over Hamburgers. 81%.
80?
I've hit 81% of the vote for Jerry Mouse.
Jesus, people. Think about a hamburger. Think about all the things that hamburgers could do.
I could eat a hamburger right now.
I mean, they're layers.
No.
They're surrounding you. They taste good.
Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters, 57% over Twitter.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I was worried about
this is a steamroll right here. I knew it. Oh, this was my lock of the week last week. Sully, 95% of the vote over the Tin Man.
What about Podrick? Is that next?
That's next.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you put it backwards on the bracket, but that's okay.
I put it backwards on the bracket when the bracket was made before you made that thing. I don't think so, Chad.
You're right. Podrick.
Okay.
Loses.
Ow.
Damn it. I'm pissed off now, too. 60% for Lily Aldrin, How I Met Your Mother.
I mean, I love Lily, but really?
Yeah, it's a bad, yeah. Uh-oh. Wow. This is a close one. 54% advancing Raymond Reddington over Cara Dune. That's a fun one. Here we go.
That is the right one, though. Like, that's absolutely.
It is.
I'm glad it went that way. I think, you know what I was worried about when I was filling it out? Like, because Cara Dune she's obviously in the news a lot right now. And, like, I was either Raymond was going to, like, walk away with it, or I was going to think people were going to vote for Cara Dune just because.
Mandalorian's popular right now.
Yeah, but Raymond would be a much better athletic trainer.
Nate posted this on social media. There's a comment. Sully is a child predator sneaking into children's rooms, according to one of my athletes.
Oh, gosh.
Another huge upset here.
Oh, my God. No way.
Buddy the Elf, 66% over the Queen.
Come on. See, people are just they're voting with their heart, not their mind.
Yep. Oh God, is that the second 15 seed to lose? Mike.
Yeah.
And Dembe's a 2 seed as well. Dembe's going to lose. If 2 seeds lose, that's incredible.
Yeah.
All right. In the lower right bracket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye, 87% winning over over Fat Bastard.
Yes.
Another close one. 8 seed, Johnny Rose sneaking by Toad, 54-46.
I totally had Toad, I think.
Amazon Prime, 87% over Scooter. Oh my God, Happy Gilmore, 2-1 basically. 66% for Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
He advances over President Whitmore. Jesse Pinkman, 57%, passing Donna from the 70s Show.
Yep.
Princess Fiona, 77% over Alexis Rose.
Makes sense.
Mike Wazowski over Jill Taylor. And
the moms, well, I guess Lily won. We got 1 out of 4 moms moving forward.
Moms. All right. My heart is actually racing right now because there's only one matchup left, and it's my winner, and I think he's going to lose first round. This is going to break me.
All right, dude. Oh, that's close.
Jeopardy advances 54% over Dembe. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm not even. You can take the rest of the show. Do the rest of the show yourself. Yeah. Right. No, it's on you.
I want to bring up because you know what, our good friend Dave Yeager.
No. This is bullshit.
So he said Jeopardy first aired in 1964. 57 years is pretty good endurance. Its philosophy and treatment methods stand the test of time. That was his argument for Jeopardy. He's wrong, completely wrong. Watch the show for a couple episodes, and you'll understand why Dembe is definitely a phenomenal athletic trainer. But wow. So wait, we had so we really.
I'm not talking anymore. My podcast is over.
We don't know how to seed fat brackets, I guess. We did did we do a good job last year?
It makes it fun. It makes the whole thing fun.
I think we know how to seed 1 seeds. We just do not know how to seed 2 seeds, apparently.
I'm so pissed off. I'm so mad.
It's gonna be a different
okay,
world.
So that's your first round. No, hold on, not yet. We gotta. So here's what happens now.
Yes.
One,
he's back. Everybody, he's back.
I'm not back. I'm just doing this because I have to be professional here.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
Chad.
you're right.
This is your
okay,
podcast.
Here we go. No, it's our podcast. This is about the athletic trainers. It's not about me. Stop being selfish.
You're an athletic trainer.
Okay. Round 2, we will put up tomorrow for voting, and we're going to do it 4 days.
Round 2.
So we're going to put another link. We're going to take the link for the round 1 down off the website. Tomorrow we put up a link for round 2 survey. We're going to run that through March 12th. We're going to go every 4 days here.
Yep.
So on March 12th, we will advance people to the Sweet 16. And then next week, Monday, we'll be in the middle of the Sweet 16 round, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But we won't always have an announcement like this. This is actually fun to do tonight, but we won't do it going forward.
No.
So you're just going to, every 4 days, we're going to put up a new round. So if you are listening to this delayed, this podcast, if you're not on the live stream, you can still participate. You can still fill out a bracket. You won't win. But you can still vote. Yeah. You can go to our website. You should still vote on it, and you can influence who wins this whole thing. You can pick. Maybe I thought Dembe was going to go to the second round, but now I have to choose between Jeopardy and what?
Jeopardy and Mike Wazowski.
So now I get to. It each week is a new debate.
Dude,
it's not the debate I wanted to do, but it's still fun.
Jeopardy
sucks.
Dude, Jeopardy might make
Kmart sucks. Wapner.
Dude, Jeopardy's gonna make it to at least the Elite 8, I think.
Dembe
at least
would be the best athletic trainer out of all these people. It's not even close. I'm so pissed off.
I predict it's gonna be Jeopardy against Hawkeye.
in that region?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
that's gonna be nuts.
It probably will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we'll post the new survey. I'm going to keep the blank or the original PDF of the fat bracket up there just in case you want to download and like redo it. But I will actually also post an updated one as well on the website so you can follow along.
You can find the blank bracket. If you want to do this with your athletic training students or friends or whatever, that's the fun of it. And then we'll have the current bracket available so you can see all the results. Very Absolutely. Cool. Well, that is all our weekly topics, which means it's time to rant on some shit.
Time to rant.
Yeah, go for it. I'm still recovering from Dembe.
Chad.
And Marty.
Chad, I'm going to ask you a question real quick.
Nope.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yep.
Is it okay for an athletic trainer to leave their position in the middle of a season or school year? Go.
Yeah, last week we talked about contracts and zero contracts, 1-year contracts, 3-year contracts, and it really opened up a fun conversation here. There's so much turnover in this profession. It's incredible to me.
True.
Is there a good time to leave your job? No. You're all like, and I feel like here's the crux of it. I feel like there's two parts of this problem. One, most sports are year round in some capacity, even though you have quote unquote an off season. Yeah. You never really have an off season.
No.
There's getting ready for a season and we're recovering from the season.
Yep.
Preparing for the next season. Which is in itself a whole different topic about how out of whack sports are. We don't understand what's important. They shouldn't be year round. That's why kids are breaking down in all sports, in all levels.
Definitely a big reason.
So that's number one. Number two is the hiring process is atrocious most places. It takes forever to get somebody hired. So now you're really just burdening other employees, not intentionally, because honest to God, nobody owes anybody anything other than themselves. You have to do what's best for you. So if you find a position that you want and it's better for you, it's better for your family, by all means, you need to do it. You should take a job that makes you happier or makes your family, puts your family in a better position. So you should leave if you are offered an opportunity. Now, do you feel guilty when you leave? Most people do, because one, you're just sticking, at least, you're sticking other people with more work. Mm-hmm. So is there a great time to leave? Maybe right after a season, before the next season starts. It would be the best, the most ideal time. But even then, sometimes. So we had an employee just this last year, my friend Andrew. He was our men's basketball athletic trainer. He announced that he was leaving early in the summer. Basketball is off. Sports don't even start until August, September.
So when did he leave?
He left. His last day was I want to say June. I want to say it was June or early July.
Do you think he already knew he was going to leave in the middle of the basketball season?
Nope. Not necessarily, no. Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But it does. So he left in June. And then especially in a year where there was a pandemic and we didn't have anything in the fall.
Yeah.
You would think, oh, it's not that bad. It took our school 4.5 months to fill his position. We didn't have somebody until December.
Right.
So now we're all covering. We're all helping out, covering that sport.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take 4 months to hire somebody. And maybe that's just my school. So if you're on the live stream, and let us know if it's the same. Maybe I'm just overreacting to my situation. But
Nate said the same thing.
Okay,
Nate said they had somebody leave in the middle of the semester last semester, but they're still they still haven't replaced that person, and they're still all figuring out how to.
It's such a the whole thing. It's like a house of cards. It's a trickle down effect, whatever you want to call it. Because I mean, let's just face it. I would assume the pecking order goes like this. People want to get to professional sports. So if a professional sports position opens up, people will leave whatever college position or other professional position to take a job at the professional level. And then you have to just fill upwards. So maybe now the person that left their college position to take a job in pro sports, that position has to be filled. Maybe it's from somebody goes from D2 to D1, and then somebody has to go from high school to fill the D2 spot, and then somebody has to fill the high school spot. So it's always a trickle down. And the turnover in this profession it's mind-boggling to me. And it feeds upon itself because all of a sudden now everyone's more stressed out because you have more responsibility because everyone's covering more than they should be because somebody just left, and now somebody else gets burned out, so they leave. And now it just starts all over again. It's a vicious cycle.
The vicious cycle that is athletic training.
Yeah. Sorry. I just went on a big rant there, so you go.
As you should. Well, because my world is much different than yours now. And I'm not in this. I honestly, you would have asked me this question 5, 6, 7 years ago. The thought of leaving my job in the middle never occurred to me. No.
You just don't do it.
Impossible. Could not do it until my job started really effing with my life. And so I literally told my significant other, if X doesn't happen, I'm going to be on the next plane home. And I'm telling him that. And there was a switch because I felt like in my position, I was being taken advantage of, and I was not being thought of as a human. I was being thought of as this entity that just covered things. And so therefore, I honestly wanted to give a big old middle finger to the person that was telling me that I could not still live life and have a job. And that's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that we've created a world that athletic training has to be this one job that we get paid like shit, and then you have to cover everything all year long, and if you leave your job, you should feel guilty about it. That being said, I think what makes good athletic trainers is partially the fact that we would feel guilty about leaving in the middle of a season because we care about the other person that's across from us. We care about the other athletic trainers we work with. We care about our strength and conditioning staff.
The athletes that you've been helping.
We care about our athletes.
Yeah.
We even care that maybe even that our boss is going to have to figure out how to hire somebody to fill this position. And a lot of you are talking about, and we're in a weird situation, obviously, right? We're transitioning back into regular culture and, regular amount of jobs and blah, blah, blah. But so there's not a lot of hires going on. If you get hired, you feel extremely lucky. A lot of people I know many athletic trainers are taking jobs because they lost it. And now they're taking jobs that this isn't my ideal, but I have to pay bills, whatever. I think the crux of this conversation being, is it okay if you leave mid-year, mid-school year, mid-season? Honestly, it has to be. It has to be okay. I really think we have to get the profession to a point where, because we care so much about each other, that if somebody really needs to leave, somebody really the best thing for their life is to move on from what they're doing. Or honestly, like, Chad, if you, okay, so a hypothetical situation.
Mm-hmm.
What's the really good baseball school? Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Right? Vanderbilt is literally like all of a sudden their athletic trainer can they like leave, or they no longer can perform their duties, and Vanderbilt calls, we've heard really good things about you, Chad. We would like to interview you for a position, blah, 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 blah. We're going to pay you X. You are going to now, like, I hope, work at one of the prestigious baseball schools. This, and this, and this, and this. Aside from your life right now, like, I'm just saying Chad, like, not Chad that just has like a newborn, and Chad that's married and, you know, trying to just establish things in Milwaukee. If Chad wants to interview for that position to improve his life and maybe realize something that, like, I want to work at like the top Division I baseball school, blah, 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 Arizona State, whatever it is, nobody should look at you and say, you're being a bad employee.
No.
Nope. You know what? You do that, and when that person asks me for a reference, or when that person calls and says, oh, how's Chad as a, you know, an athletic trainer? Like, does he work well with administration? No, like, he's terrible, blah, blah. Like, he's, like, clearly he leaves in the middle of seasons. He's just going to do the same to you. No, F you. You are looking out for you, and I think that's okay. We look out for everybody else all the time. And then the moment we try to look out for ourselves, everybody says you're being a bad athletic trainer. And that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's why people leave this profession. That's why there's turnover. Because we sit there and we're like, oh, I hate this job, I hate this job, I hate this job. And then we finally get this little window that we can leave, and then we leave. And and that's what happens. Or because there's a lot of things that make us want to leave, because there's bad paying jobs and whatever. We live too far away from home and whatever. But I think it's ridiculous that we don't support each other more in that. Because
I think everyone understands. It's just such a hard thing. I just feel like there's so much guilt associated with it.
Life's hard.
Oh, Jennifer is all about that. She says, go, Kevin, go.
I don't know.
I agree. I think you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your family.
Now, here's the thing. You look at me and you are coworkers, and you're okay. Me and you are UW Milwaukee. You're the baseball. I'm the volleyball athletic trainer, and you like randomly, like in the middle of the season, say, "I just can't handle this anymore. I need to leave." Like, I would look at you and be like, "You either need to nut up or shut up," because you're not leaving for something that's better. Don't just leave because you're like, nah, I don't like this.
All right,
this is hard.
Here's a question. If you've made up your mind that you want to leave or look, is there an appropriate amount of lead time? 2 weeks is not enough.
Depends.
Is it?
Well, 2 weeks is
okay. Like if you were gonna leave, let's say when you made up your mind that you were gonna leave professional baseball.
Yeah.
Is it easier? Well, I don't know if this is a great question or not, but like end of the season, you're just saying, I'm done, I'm out. Or if you knew in the middle of the season, hey, this is my last year, I'm going to give you X amount of weeks or X amount of months to find a replacement for me. What's ideal?
In my specific situation,
sure.
I did not let them know until my season was done. I was home. I had at least a couple moments of breathing before I told my immediate supervisor that I am either. I think it wasn't an ultimatum. I'm either moving on from baseball or I'm trying to find different positions with other teams. So basically, maybe a week or so after my season ended, I had a conversation with my supervisor saying, I'm leaving. And now in that world though, And in most sports worlds, there's that off season, right? Like, I mean, you will absolutely say that you get at least like 2 months to at least own your own schedule, right? A year, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's completely appropriate that if you were to say, I want to leave, 2 months is plenty of time for an institution to find an athletic trainer.
Oh, like not at my institution. Apparently, took us 4.5 months.
Sure, but why? But that's not. Yeah. That is not your fault.
No, I get it.
That is not your concern. That's their concern of why are they not able to find somebody? There are athletic trainers all across this country that are trying to find jobs. You walk away from your position. I know 3 people that would take your job right now.
Do you?
Absolutely. Like literally this instant, I know 3 people that would take your job.
Just let me know.
Yeah,
they can have it.
You let me know.
They can have it.
But my point is, we need to understand that there are important jobs across the world and across this country, right? Is it the worst thing in the world if a nurse gives 2 weeks notice to an ER department that they're leaving? Like, no.
So that's a great point, and I hadn't wrapped my head around it, but it's interesting. We just need more athletic trainers.
Yeah, we absolutely do.
We need more and demand.
Sure. Why not?
And we need better paying jobs.
We need better. Yes, we do.
So then the merry-go-round stops.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyways.
Also, we need more administrations, whatever, if you're in the hospital system, a school, a clinic, that respect and treat their athletic trainers with dignity, and they give them what they should and they deserve, because then there wouldn't be so much turnover. We need to create a profession that it's not all about giving everything away in your entire life, so that eventually I say, I can't do this anymore because I have 2 kids, 3 kids, I just got married, I'm moving here, whatever it is. Like, I can't do this job anymore. That's, again, going back to this idea of, like, what's wrong with athletic training as a profession? Why don't we get paid more? Like, we need to make the profession less about sacrificing everything in your life in order for the greater good of an athlete. But I do think leaving in the middle of your season, if it benefits you and your family, if it is the right move for you, please give yourself at least the option of leaving and doing it.
Yeah.
Like, please do that.
You owe nothing to anybody but yourself and your family.
Correct. Absolutely. Why did you get into this profession? And why would you not take opportunities that are good for you just because you feel guilty? Don't feel guilty. Everything will work out. You know what?
You know what's not going to work out? My fat fucking bracket.
The game will still get played. And yes, your fat bracket is screwed. Mine is too, I think. You know what? I don't think Nate's going to make it either. He
already said he's done for. Yeah. The champ is out. He called it. One-time champion. Maybe Stephanie Thompson will take it. Ooh. She finished second last year.
Runner-up, taking it.
Sorry, I know I just switched gears. Do you have anything else on the feature topic? I don't
think so.
I think it was a healthy discussion.
Yeah.
We had a lot of comments, so if you want to go check out the YouTube video, you can see what everyone said. Basically,
I'm gonna have to read those.
Everyone hates leaving their job because we are a people profession and we care about what we do and we care about the people we work with. So it's hard to leave, but there is probably no good time to leave. It's just you do what's best for you.
Agreed.
So.
What do we got to do? Go to candidathletictraining.com.
Yep.
You got to vote on round 2.
Well, if you're listening to this late, you're going to be voting on round 3. Just go check out the website. No matter where we are throughout this whole month, we're going to be in a different round. You can vote on different matchups. It might be round 2, round 3. Just check out the website.
Whatever link is there, just go and do it.
If you want to fill out an empty bracket, you can still do it. You won't be eligible for prizes.
Yeah.
But you can still participate and have fun.
Absolutely.
Put it up. Tell us who you think should have won, I'm going to continue to promote my bracket because I think it's still the smartest one out there. Thanks to Dan for. Oh, we forgot.
Oh my gosh, a huge announcement.
A huge announcement.
A huge.
So huge, I almost forgot it. That's what she said.
What we got? Little news.
Monday, the 22nd.
Yeah.
We are going to do a huge giveaway with one of our new sponsors.
Yes. Should we tell them who the new sponsor is?
Yeah. Howie's Hockey and Athletic Tape wants to work with the Candid Athletic Training podcast.
They do.
So we are finalizing details, but they said for National Athletic Training Month, they want to do a giveaway with us. So we've already committed some things. They're gonna throw in some stuff. So we're gonna do a big giveaway on the 22nd, the show. So if you're on the live stream, that's 2 weeks. If you're listening to this podcast late, make sure you tune in Monday, March 22nd. Jump on the live stream. Be eligible to win a giveaway from Howie's and the Candid Athletic Training podcast.
Listen, there's no reason to not be on the live stream. It's free. All you gotta do is go to our YouTube, Candid Athletic Training, and you can join the live stream, right? You might win something from Howie's tape, hockey tape, right? We've had a really nice relationship. We've been getting to know them a little bit more. They love what we're doing. They love how you guys respond to us. CandidAthleticTraining.com. That's the website. That's where you can vote on fat brackets. That's where you can download the bracket. That's where you can buy hats, t-shirts, zip-ups, and you can't get that one, though.
No.
You can't get that one. That was a special edition. That's a special edition. Candid_ATC. That is our, literally, for all of our social media platforms. Anything else?
No.
All right.
Happy National Athletic Training Month.
National Athletic Training Month. Enjoy it.